Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Once again, this is Naaman with the DC Camp here in Great Millstone, back for another video. But first and foremost, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rekahar Pradash, and of course, double honors. Go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. I'd like to send out salutations. Oh, check my volume there. All right. Also send out salutations to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways, all right, pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth, all right, as we try to wake up the remaining hopeful elect, and of course, the works that we do to include the many, many videos that are uploaded for the edification of the hopeful elect. Because, hey, we realize that a lot of you out there view this as entertainment. Okay, that's on you. But this is what we, what we were called and commanded to do. All right, and to the few Akwath that are out there watching and learning, hey, shalom. All right, so here to get the copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Fair use, fair use, fair use. All right, so here we're going to go into Instagram video that, hey, we've from the elder apostle Tahar on down, all right, they especially, all right, instructed us on how not to engage these tiny heads, all right, the issues. And what I'm going to show you is the reason why, because, hey, you got to understand we're still, all right, in subjection to these people. All right, they still hold the power, and they coming to a time now that more people are waking up to the antics of these people, especially with this war currently going on with Iran and how they have the United States wrapped around their little finger. All right, it's sad, but yeah. They've penetrated all levels of government and even into the business private sector. They run it all right? And people are tired. And you're going to see in this video, hey, this sums up the state of Israel, all right, for what it truly is. So here we go. Okay. This is weird. Nope, that's not what I wanted. See, this is what wow. You know what? Hold on. All right, I was going to try to do it live, but it wasn't. So luckily I had recorded this. So here we go. Let me read this at the bottom. It says, members of the Association of Friends of Palestine were hosting a public discussion and outreach table when a man approached and began provoking a confrontation. When police arrived, the same individual suddenly claimed he was the one who had been assaulted. The entire incident was captured on camera. And this is also As a reminder, this is to why we videotape. All right. This is a prime example of why. All right.
C'est la femme. C'est toi qui as commencé.
Agresseur. Oui, il est un agresseur. Il agresse tout le monde. Vous êtes des malades. Vous êtes des malades. Vous êtes des malades. Mais c'est rien fait. Mais c'est
Oh, regarde comment il pleure. Maman, c'est nous.
Because they're not falling for his bullshit. All right. But this is who you're dealing with. All right. And there's scriptures on motherfuckers like this. All right. Let's see. This is Proverbs 26 and 24. He that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him. All right. When he speaks fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit. This is what these people are all about. When we say devil, we mean liars and deceivers. And even more importantly as that is hypocrite, which you're going to get into. It says his wickedness shall be shewed before the whole congregation. All right. And right now, all this is coming back on him. But let's go to what I had hinted at. Let's go to Job 20 and 5. And it says, the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Let's go into that hypocrite. And that's Strong's H2611. All right. Kanaf, soil, that is, with sin, impious. All right. As opposed to pious. Hypocrite. Now let's go to the root. It says to soil, especially in a moral sense. These people, what does it say? Corrupt, defile, greatly, pollute, profane. Uh-oh. There goes that word profane. All right. So let's go to, I have already pulled up my dictionary here, because this is what, we got, and I hate to bring it up, but the guy was right. As far as politics go, Jake, has been suckered into this two-party dynamic, ever since the civil rights era, or the end of it at least. Got to vote Democrat no matter what. And now, Jake has seen for what it really is the last few years. All right. Even though Lyndon Johnson told you this, and that wicked, evil bastard, he was like playing both sides. Talking about he was trying to help Jake with his Great Society, and behind the scenes he was bringing people over here to replace us. But this is hypocrite. It says a person who pretends to be what he is not. Are they not doing that on the grand scale, pretending to be the Israelites? All right, let's keep going. A person who practices hypocrisy, especially a person whose actions belie stated beliefs. All right, because a lot of them are atheists. These are Edomites. All right. A person who professes beliefs and opinions that he or she does not hold in order to conceal his or her real feelings or motives. Dissembler. Did I not just read Proverbs 26 and 24? Dissembler. All right. Let's go into that. To disguise or conceal one's real nature, motives, or feelings behind a false appearance. To disguise or conceal behind a false appearance. All right. Masquerading All right, hypocrite, again, phony, all these synonyms. Pretender, do I not sometimes in my videos call them the great pretenders? And that's what they are. All right, beguiler, because that's what he's done. Deceiver, trickster, charmer, smoothie, sweet talker. A hypocrite who pretends to religious piety. Who are we talking about? Oh, and as Paul was stating, whited sepulchre, a person who is inwardly evil, but outwardly professes to be virtuous. See, even though these people are being pulled out of power, they still have power. These are the wicked. All right. Psalm 73rd chapter. Unfortunately, a lot of our people got, what they call eyes bigger than their stomach, and they go out in pursuit of these things, trying to be or emulate who they perceive. What was that expression they used to use? I want that Jew money. Knowing absolutely nothing as to what they said. Nothing. All right, let's see, I had something, but what Malcolm X had talking about was he had made in his speech, I can't remember which one it was, about these political parties, and he compared them to the wolf and the sheep, how they act towards us. Of course, we can easily identify the wolf, all right, but I said fox. I meant fox. I said the wolf and the sheep. Jake is the sheep, the wolf and the fox. But what? Oh my goodness. Anyway, the fox. But what are the characteristics of a fox? Oh, I can't believe I went there. But anyway, I corrected it. So the fox, the wolf and the fox. All right. And in fact, since I got this, let's just fox. All right. All right, let's see. What does it say? As a noun, number 2, a crafty, sly, or clever person. All right. It says to trick or fool by ingenuity or cunning, to outwit, to baffle or confuse. All right. That's what they've done by pretending to be your friend. All right. And Jake, it's like, which one do you think is more dangerous? The one that lets you know up front, hey, fuck you, I'm not doing anything for you, or the one that talks softly and, and again, as far as this goes, is a pretender. Gets close to you, then you got knives in your back. All right. Let's see, do we need to go any further? Got it. Let's see. Person who is cunning or sly. All right. A jackal. To trick or deceive. All right, I think you get it. All right, these are the people, and all these describe him perfectly. All right, this is who we're dealing with. All right, and he's being found out. I'm going to go to 2 Thessalonians, 2nd chapter. And there are others, but I'm just going to use that one because that's the time we're in now. He's being exposed. Being exposed, as the prophecy said he would. Certain things have to happen. And we know with this war that we're in with Iran, now they're talking about bringing back a draft. All right. Again, more division. What do you think that incident with the Marine, all right, in that town hall setting or wherever it was, what do you think that's going to do? What example did that set? What message did they send, all right, to the troops? Just as the scripture said, and there's nothing they can do about it. Because all this is is building up. All right. Hey, Mark 3rd chapter, 24 on down. And ultimately, everything he put out there, all the traps, all the snares, he's going to fall into them himself, as the scriptures have said. All right. So again, this is indeed good times for us, because we're seeing, all right, these prophecies being fulfilled. We're seeing our enemy go down. I use this one a lot, but yeah, this is a good time to be alive, if for nothing else, to see this. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, verse 7 says, "There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy." And they're falling fast, as it says in Luke 8 and 17. All right. When Yahushua was talking to the disciples. Let's get that real quick. Oops. 10. 10 and 18. Salaki. All right. The return of the 72. And as the 70 returned again with joy, saying, "Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name." And he said unto them, "I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven." All right. Meaning those in power, and what we apply to this today, are being pulled out of power. And it's happening, all right, quickly. All right. Things aren't working the way they used to for this devil. You know, we bring out Isaiah 47 with his witchcrafts and sorceries. They're not working for him like they used to. All right. He thinks he's so smart. You know, it's just, he's being checkmated, more or less. This is Obadiah, verse 7. This is a nice, you know, Edom, that's who we're dealing with, will be humble. All right. It says, "All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him." All right. So it's like all these people that were allies, and this goes into Daniel and the 10 toes from that statue. All right. These coalitions are not solid at all, as they would have you believe. For the most part, America has been behind the scenes fucking everybody over, and people are tired of it. All right. It says 8, "Shall I not in that day, saith the Most High, whose name is Yahweh, even destroy the wise man out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau?" Yeah. He prided himself on his intellect, you know, his high IQ, as he liked to put it, you know, and well, you can't say that anymore. Yeah, all this shit is falling apart. All his schemes. All right. The funny one I posted in the chat was with all his technology and his wise counsel, what did the Iranians do? They painted pictures of helicopters and other things, just, you know, and they couldn't tell the difference, and they wasted millions of dollars in ordnance. All right. And they were just hitting the ground. They were just, you know, elaborate paintings. So yeah, this devil is going down. Like I said, this is going to be short, but yeah, this, yeah.
C'est toi qui as commencé, c'est toi qui as poussé la femme. C'est toi qui as commencé.
Agresseur. Oui, il est un agresseur. Il agresse tout le monde. Il agresse. Malade. Vous êtes des malades. Vous êtes des malades. Vous êtes des malades. Mais c'est rien fait. Mais c'est
oh, regarde comment il pleure. Maman, c'est nous qui avons passé en plus.
Yeah, so there you have it. So with that, once again, I hope whoever views this video has been edified. That's what we do here at Great Millstone, and filtering everything through the scriptures. All right, and I like to once again encourage you to remain vigilant and circumspect out here. All right, keep your eyes and ears open. All right. So with that, until the next video, shalom.